Hello there, I'm Lyndon Poole. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to Mindful Moments. Touch your heart every day. And I'm here on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday on LinkedIn to help you to lay down a foundation of mindfulness. And every week I have a theme, which most of my posts and events point towards. And this week, really, we're talking about resetting. And the event on Wednesday, Your Body is Your Business Plan Masterclass event, we'll be looking at how to reset. And in fact, I offer a 30-minute reset. I can use quantum healing and a number of other techniques, lodestone technique and so on, to really transform you in just 30 minutes. So, yeah, please think about this. We can transform in the flash of an eye. We're conditioned to think we have to work, we have to put effort in, we have to build something from the base upwards. Yeah. Yes, of course. And that's how the whole of society is structured, developed society is structured. You build layer by layer and you climb the ladder, and all of these metaphors illustrate the fact that continued effort will bring rewards. Okay, but there is another way of life, which involves the spirit, the spiritual life. And this very clearly says that you can transform in the click of a finger. It's not a question of continued effort. That's a work ethic. That's a limited mind notion. Yes, you have two minds. Well, you have many more than two, but the two basic ones for our purposes are the limited mind, the brilliant but limited mind, which is between your ears. I'm so sorry, my microphone was not in the right direction. It's okay now. Hope you can hear. Yes, you have two minds. The limited mind, I call it, it's brilliant, but it's limited in real terms, and that's not pejorative. I'm not being negative about that. It's a fact that it's great at calculating, at assessing, at summarizing, at comparing, contrasting, all of these wonderful things which we need in our digital life. But that's it, really. That's it. Ideas and concepts are like firework displays. The fireworks are beautiful for a few seconds, and then they fizzle out, and there's a little smoke and a bit of debris from each firework. So, thoughts are just flashes, synaptic flashes, really. If we go out of this limited mind and we put thinking and so on hold. In fact, these days I don't think at all. I plan, yes, I do plan my business exploits, but I reflect. Everything I do involves reflecting so that I can very gently learn. Reflection is really an invisible way of using the body to learn from our actions, from our experience, and so on, to inform our next steps, really. So, yes, the unlimited mind is where we go during our mindful practice. It's where meditators go, and it's the place away from the visual world, away from the intellectual mind, which is very still and is really a bridge to your consciousness and your body and your spirit. So that is the unlimited mind, and it's a glorious place to be. There are no ladders to climb there. There are no systems. It's beyond systems. Systems are a thing of the mind, the limited mind. In the unlimited mind, anything is possible and magic is possible. And add to this the fact that we are each unique beings. Our DNA is unique, our ancestral lineage is unique, unless we're siblings. And we, therefore, are unlike anybody else in the world, and there are 8 billion of us. So add that to the pot, and you can see that any individual will have its unique ways, its unique, magical, powerful ways of transforming. And this mindful practice will transform you in 20 minutes if you follow my voice. So, yes, in the spiritual world, in the unlimited mind, anything is possible very quickly. We don't have to work with inverted commas. We can just be. And of course, the main anchors are the breath, which you'll find out in a moment is absolutely crucial to anchor you. The spine, which is your central column and your connection between the earth and the heavens, and your whole body awareness, which is vital for living in the present, for being present. People are despairing today because, they're performing, people are performing instead of being present. Well, you'll never be present if you use only your limited mind. Have to step out of that if you want to be truly present in everything you do. Okay, so please reflect on that fact that transformation is not work. We reduce everything. We tend to reduce everything to work. And then we separate work from play. Well, that's not what life is like in my book. I do not separate anything. I am my business. It is me. People are buying into me, and therefore I don't need to separate. And my life is truly integrated. Also, I live according to the seasons and according to nature. So I wake when dawn comes and I go to sleep when the sun sets, more or less. So, life has become very unnatural. We've changed all our rhythms, our circadian rhythms, which are part of our spirit, and we've changed all that. We've inflicted change on things, and that is having a knock-on effect in the world and on the earth. Yeah, human beings are trying to change what is natural, what is inevitable, and nature knows best. Yeah. Anyway, please reflect on that a little bit. And before we start our practice, please notice how you feel. Let's do a quick body scan. How's your head? Is it clear? How are your eyes? Do they feel bright, moist? How about your back? Is it vertical? For this practice, your spine should be vertical if possible, crown of your head going up into the sky, base of your spine going down into your seat if you're sitting, and down through your feet if you're standing. Both are good. How about your heart area and lungs? Does that feel healthy and functioning? Down a little bit into your gut and your solar plexus, which is at the end of your rib cage. How does that feel? And your stomach. And then right down at the base of your spine, your base chakra, this is where all your energy is generated. Do you feel comfortable in your low back? And then finally, your legs, your knee joints, ankle joints, your feet. How do they feel? And then notice how you feel emotionally. Witness your emotions. Do you feel very happy? Do you feel concerned? Do you feel angry? What is your emotional state as we start? Okay, let's get started then. If you're new here, I hope that sets the ground for you. And if you're coming back again, thank you so much. I'm glad you're benefiting so much from this. Let's get started then. In a moment, I'll allow my bell to sound. This will signal the beginning of our practice. And when you detect the vibration of my bell, please allow your eyelids to float downwards. Use gravity. You're not doing anything, you're allowing. That's all. Allow your eyelids to soften and float down a little bit. It helps to keep your gaze very soft, but don't close your eyes entirely because you'll get sleepy. It's essential that you're really aware during this practice, 100%. Okay, here we go. So take a few moments to make the transition from the busy visual, intellectual world, which pulls you out constantly, to the inner zone, which is very quiet and still and is right in the core of you. And as you transition, you'll probably notice two things. The first one is that you're very aware of your breath. It may surprise you. On the whole, we are not aware of it. It happens unconditionally. We don't have to do anything. We breathe. The earth ensures that by providing oxygen, and our bodies process it efficiently. So we thrive. So notice your breath, but don't change anything. This is non-doing practice. You don't do anything. Just breathe with your breath. Follow that rhythm in the same way that you're following my voice. And as we go deeper into the practice, this rhythm will change and your breath will become deeper and deeper. Okay, the second thing you may notice is your tendency to make associations, either in words or image form, with the words I'm saying. And that's a very important skill in the visual, intellectual world. But here, you don't need it. I will provide everything you need. So just gently bring yourself away from that compulsion and follow my voice, and I'll provide all the guidance you need. Okay, so let's start stage one. Bring all the energy of your mind into a single laser beam. Channel it. So you create a powerful, hot, bright laser beam. And this is composed of all your mental energy. No distraction from the visual world. So we can really hone this beam, which is uniquely you, uniquely your energy. Okay, and in a moment, we're going to slide that beam slowly, smoothly outside your immediate environment, outside your windows and walls, outside your ceiling. If you're in a vehicle, outside the vehicle. And if you're already outside, as far afield as you can. And we're going to project that strong laser beam, which is uniquely you, as far afield as we can. We're going to start scanning the outer environment systematically, little by little, above, below, to the left, to the right, in front and behind. Scanning using your laser beam to detect any vibration, near or far, large or small, and when you encounter a vibration, pause, accept, and move on. No need for labels, no need to guess, just accept, as an animal would. You are a tiger in a jungle, moving stealthily through the undergrowth, and every vibration in the environment is crucial. It represents the next meal or a threat of some kind. And so animals are completely aware from the crowns of their heads to the tips of their toes and claws. Every skin pore is alive and alert for any vibration. Wonderful. Just keep scanning meticulously, leaving no single vibration excluded. Okay, let's move to stage 2. Slide the laser beam of your mind inside your environment, inside your walls and windows, inside your roof and ceiling. If you're in a vehicle, inside the vehicle. And if you're outdoors, Create a 30-meter radius around you and scan right up to that limit. And start to scan meticulously, little by little, detecting any vibrations. And when you do detect vibration, pause, accept, and move on. Scanning above, below, to the left, to the right, in front, and behind. Up into your ceilings, up into your roof interior of your vehicle, up into the sky if you're outdoors, and down into your floor corners, under the furniture, down into the earth if you're outdoors. And as you go on scanning, just listen to me talking about your breath. Your breath is your anchor. It anchors you to here and now. And in fact, that is the only reality, here and now, this moment, this place. That's it. The past, the future, they are concepts. Time is a concept which man has imposed upon the natural way of life. But it's a concept. And as I mentioned earlier, concepts are mere fireworks. They're beautiful for a moment or two, and then they completely disappear, extinguish. Your breath is your most cherished asset. Doesn't cost anything. You can't put a value on it. You can't fit it into the status ladder. It is unconditional. Earth provides breathable air or gas, the only planet that does, that we know of. And our bodies are 100% evolved so that we can process that raw oxygen, retain the nutrients, and expel the unwanted components. It's a miracle. The breath is a miracle, and we take it for granted. So at this moment, as you are scanning your inner environment, take a moment to feel gratitude welling up in your heart, from your gut, maybe. Feel it. It's a really strong state of being to be grateful for your breath. Without it, you would be dead in 3 minutes. It gives you life. It gives you the opportunity to be a human being, which we have to be constantly grateful for. The limited mind tends to convince us that this is not so. But the facts speak for themselves. You would die if you didn't have the breath provided by the oxygen that the earth kindly provides for us. We are unique. Human beings on earth are unique, as far as we know. Okay, let's move on to stage 2 with that little foundation of gratitude for our breath. Stage 3. Let's move to stage 3. Slide the laser beam of your mind, hot, bright, penetrating, right down into your body, down to the tips of your toes, and start to scan up the tops of your feet, along the soles of your feet towards the heel, s detecting vibrations, scanning meticulously, and when you encounter a vibration from blood, bones, muscle, ligament, all of these uh, anatomical elements emit vibrations. And when you encounter something, pause, accept, and continue on scanning. No labels, no words. Let's move the laser beam up into your ankle joints. Go inside and make space with the heat and light of your laser beam, softening the cartilage. Then let's move up the lower leg, scanning little by little, inch by inch. And eventually we come to the calf muscles, often hard from bombardment of gravity and perhaps poor posture and so on. So take the heat and light of your mind inside those muscles, soften them, warm them up, and then slide up into your knee joints, make space, heat, light, soften the cartilages, and then we start to scan along or up the thigh, depending whether you're standing or sitting. This is the longest bone and muscle area in most human beings. So scan meticulously, little by little, detecting any vibration and illuminating any tightness or any darkness. Bring everything into your laser, soft, warm it up, and eventually we reach the torso. And the torso, uh, the base of the torso is the base chakra, as we call it. And this is a congregation of nerve endings and various functions. For example, it's the place of birth for women, the place of procreation for men, and the place of elimination for all humans. If we don't eliminate toxins that build up in our body, we die. So this is a very blessed place. Please appreciate it. It's also where we generate most of our energy. So if you get tired, you may feel tiredness in your low back. This is your base chakra. So let's move a little bit further up and we find the coccyx bones, between 3 and 5 little tiny bones that are the remnant of a tail when you were a different kind of mammal. Scan up those. And then we come to the sacrum. This is a spade-shaped bone designed to help with weight, not only our own weight, but the weight of other things that we carry, other people we carry perhaps. That, illuminating it, detecting vibrations. Then we come to the lumbar spine bones. These are chunky bones separated by a disc of cartilage. So as we scan up them, up the back of your body now, then use your laser mind to soften the cartilages. Bone, disc, bone, disc, up behind the intestines, working away, digesting your food. Bone, disc, bone, disc, up behind the solar plexus, the center of gravity of your body. Bone, disc, and up behind the diaphragm, the breathing muscle of your body. And the bones and discs are smaller now as we climb up towards the crown of the head. Bone, disc, and eventually we encounter the rib cage. Inside the rib cage, all your vital organs, the most important of which is your heart. And this is beating away, emitting electromagnetic vibrations 60 times stronger than your brain. The heart is your true brain. Climb up behind your heart, bone, disc, and up into the top part of your chest where we find your lungs. And they are working away, processing the oxygen flickering away 24/7, 20 to 24,000 times every 24 hours for 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 plus years. Climb up behind your heart, your lungs, bone, disc, bone, disc, bone, disc, and reach your hand up to touch the notch on the back of your neck. This is the end of the chest spine, and from here on up, the cervical spine, the neck spine emanates up, bone, disc, bone, disc, bone, disc, right up inside your skull. And at the top of your spine, the very top of your spine, is the atlas joint. And this is where the skull pivots. It's not attached to your spine, it's held in place by muscles of the head, neck, and upper back. Thus, we are master communicators. There are over 10,000 ways in which we can orient our head and our facial expressions, and therefore we are superior mammals in the evolution chain. And there you have it. You're at the crown of your head. Your spine is lengthened simply with the power of your laser mind by at least 1 centimeter. When you detect the vibration of my bell, allow your eyelids to float open and just gaze softly ahead. Wonderful. And notice at this point how you feel compared with how you felt 20 odd minutes ago. Do a quick scan. How does your head feel? How about your heart? How about your state? Are you transformed? It's very possible to transform many things in a short time. Look out into the visual world, the visual, intellectual, dominant world in a very new way now. From the length of your spine, the crown of the head going up into the heavens, base of the spine, down into your seat, and down through your feet if you're standing. And this is the best way to live, with your breath, here and now, anchored to here and now. The in-breath, the out-breath, breathing consciously whenever possible. And your whole body is aware because of our whole body listening out into the environment. Have a fabulous day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you feel.